Heaven Knows What is a 2014 film done by the Safdie brothers, and it is adapted from the book by Ariel Holmes, who did a couple of films, this one being her first. She's mostly known for being a New York City junkie. And it is one of the strongest and most depressing and most visceral films about drug addicts really ever made. When you look at great films about drug addiction, you'll see things like Panic in Needle Park and The Basketball Diaries and even Scarface. But this one is, this is such an indie film in a very good year, as I said, 2014, that, it really flew under people's radars. At least with a lot of other films about drug addiction, they starred big named people. But in 2014, nobody really knew who the Safdie brothers were, and the majority of the people that are in this, such as Holmes herself, she's not a big celebrity. Like even if you've seen some of her other films, she's not big as like Leonardo DiCaprio in The Basketball Diaries or Al Pacino as Scarface. This isn't a bad film by any means, but it's missing like a solid. It's missing a goal, I guess you could say. This is a super duper aimless film that appears to just show the severity of street life and drug addiction more than it is actually doing anything else, really. At least with other films about depressing subject matter, there's some nuances, there's some changes, there's like an actual story that happens, and there's closure, there's goals that happen in this, but not a lot of that really happens in Heaven Knows What. The most known scene in this is the opening scene. Her name is Harley, and the opening scene is her being persuaded by her on and off again boyfriend named Ilya to commit suicide. Goes to a store, buys some razor blades, and is about to do it. And the character of Ilya is super duper obnoxious. He's very annoying, and when we see him later on in the film and their on again off again relationship, I thought I didn't like that at all. He's like in his 20s, and when he's calling for her, he says "Holy," and she's throwing away her life for this guy. As the movie's progressing, and her addiction becomes more and more out of control, and she's isolating herself from a whole bunch of people, the movie doesn't go anywhere. Like, I do get why they would want to really show the severity of things, because, this movie is so strong and has been such a strong film about drug addiction in so many years. Why not go for all the punches? But, there still has to be some other things that happen that can make the story move along in a better sort of pace. Because this movie doesn't actually resolve anything, and no one really changes a whole lot. There's no closure. There's no lessons that are learned. It's pretty much just an Arrested Development sort of thing. We're just like, okay, we get it, drug addiction is bad, but what was the point of seeing that for? Yeah, I do think that the filmmaking in this is good. I thought that the performance by Ariel Holmes was really, really good, because, she was a non-professional, essentially playing an iteration of herself. But, that's ultimately where it stops. So I feel like giving Heaven Knows What from 2014 2 stars out of 4. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you again next time.